Hey gang, Dr. Jeff here from Legacy Chiropractic, your Northeast Indiana chiropractor located in Shipshewana. Hope that you're doing well. Again, we've got episode three of Health Matters, where your health matters to me. It's my video blog podcast coming to you, episode 3. Today's title: Are you proactive or are you reactive? Are you proactive or reactive? And that question, how you answer it, proactive or reactive, it really matters. As a matter of fact, your life depends upon whether you're proactive or whether you're reactive. So let me tell you what I mean. There are some of us that wait for the engine to blow up and then we do something about it. Then there's some of us that actually not only wait for the engine to blow up, I'm just getting my things organized here for everybody, but not only wait for it to blow up, but then complain about it when it does blow up. You didn't do anything to prevent it from blowing up, and now you're complaining about it. And so there are those that are not proactive. There's those that are reactive, and that could cost you with your health. And then there's those that are proactive. What I mean by that is proactive says, okay, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that my health is as good as it can be. Proactive. And so I was talking with a patient yesterday. Let me give you an example. I was talking with a patient yesterday. Again, this is Dr. Jeff from Legacy Chiropractic coming to you, episode 3 of Health Matters. I was talking to a patient yesterday, and she said her mom wasn't doing so well. I said, well, I haven't seen you about a week or two. What's going on? Well, my mom's not doing so well. And I said, what's going on? And she said, well, my mom had a preventative colonoscopy, and they screwed up and they pierced her colon. And now she had to go into massive surgery. She almost died. And now she has to wear a colostomy bag. And I said, well, okay, that's fine and dandy. I said, but you understand something? That's not being preventative or proactive. So let's talk about, again, the difference between being proactive or reactive in your health. And now I'm going to get back to this example of this woman, because by doing a colonoscopy, you're not exactly practicing proactive health or prevention. And I'll share that in a moment. Again, Dr. Jeff here from Legacy Chiropractic in Shipshewana, talking about proactive versus reactive. Now, here's the deal. Here's proactive. You'll do whatever it takes to prevent your body from breaking down. In my world, it's naturally. So we'll take whatever herbs that I know work for my body, work for my wife and my kids. We'll receive chiropractic adjustments. I'll exercise even when I don't want to. I'll get in a sauna. I'll go swimming. I'll meditate. I'll do acupuncture, something called stem cell. Whatever it takes to keep my body regenerating, keep my body healthy so I prevent it from breaking down. Reactive means you're going to wait. Yeah, I don't want to do that just right now. I know I need to, but I don't want to go to the chiropractor. I don't want to get on that diet. I could drink a Coca-Cola, or I could drink this water with lemon, and you're choosing to drink the Coca-Cola more often. So there's proactive and then there's reactive. Now, I'm not judging you, because guess what? At some point in everything, we're all reactive, we're all proactive. Okay, at some point, we're all reactive, we're all proactive. At some point, we're everything. And so it just depends upon what you determine is super important in your life right now. So let's get back to this story now that you know what the difference is between proactive and reactive. So patient comes in and she says that she's not having the greatest 2 weeks. I haven't seen her in 2 weeks. She comes in and said, where you been? She said, well, my mom almost died. I said, well, what happened? Well, my mom went in for a preventative colonoscopy. And I say, like, preventative colonoscopy? What happened? Well, they went in, they pierced her colon. She went septic, meaning bacteria got throughout her entire body. And then she almost died. They were able to bring her back. And now she can no longer use her colon properly. She has to use a colonoscopy bag. And she's depressed and upset. And I said, man, I'm sorry to hear that. We'll be praying for that. I said, This week we're talking about proactive versus reactive. And I said, I want to share something with you. I said, no, never mind. You know what? It's water under the bridge. She said, well, no, you know what? Tell me. So I at least know what you're talking about, if not for my mom's sake. And I said, well, doing a colonoscopy is not necessarily being proactive or preventative. That's looking for and finding and seeing if stuff is there, right? That's doing what we call discovery. We're just trying to discover if something's there. So we're trying to look and see and discover if something is there. That's called discovery. If we take it a step back with your health, if we go one step back with your health and say, how can we be proactive to make sure that when we do that, that they're not going to find anything, that's being proactive. So they said you could do things like probiotics, chlorella, get adjusted, do a colon cleanse every once in a while. And that would be proactive, preventative to get you to discovery. So in discovery, they're not going to find anything. We also talked about she had a mammogram. I said, well, that's also discovery. I said, I'm not knocking discovery, but that's also being reactive because that takes you into the world of being reactive. In other words, you find something, you discover something, and now we're going to react to it instead of thinking a step before that and saying, well, how do we prevent that from occurring? So today's topic is proactive versus reactive because your life depends upon it. And listen, I'm not kidding. Her life depended upon that, right? So her life, she almost lost her life because she was doing discovery, which is a form of being reactive, not necessarily proactive. And so I'm not saying don't go have a colonoscopy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that let's think a step before. Let's think proactive versus reactive. Let me give another example of proactive versus reactive in my own life. And in my own life, I was reactive for about 21 years with my health. And what I meant by that was I had massive symptoms. My parents didn't know any better because no one told them about proactive versus reactive healthcare. And for 21 years of my life, I was sick. Sinus problems, massive allergies, massive skin problems, massive chronic sinusitis with chronic polyps so bad they were stuffed up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't smell. I couldn't taste. And that was up to 21 years of my life. And for up to 21 years, obviously starting with my parents because they didn't know any better. No one told them, but we were reactive, treating symptoms only. And that's a challenge. We were treating symptoms only. And you know what? I might have felt better for a short period of time, like maybe a week, but all of a sudden I had the problems again. Why? Because we were being reactive. We weren't getting to the source of the problem. Why was my body acting that way? Why was it happening? And how do I prevent that from happening? It's being reactive or preventative. So for 21 years of my life, I popped pills, I took shots, I had surgery, until finally I woke up one day and said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I've had it. No one's ever answered my questions. I've just had it. Doc, why this, that. And you know what? Nothing. Nothing. Oh, you're just prone to it. So I took matters into my own hands. I discovered chiropractic and I discovered herbs and supplements. I discovered eating right and I discovered thinking correctly, that the body has a power to heal itself. And if we just allow that power to come through, we were designed that way. Like your car was designed to run, we were designed to heal. The thing is, we've got to think correctly, and it could cost us our life. We've got to know that if we just take care of this proactively and know that there's something inside of us that allows for healing to take place. And I've seen it. I've been in practice now since 2003, and I've seen it with thousands of patients. I've seen it with my own family. I've seen it with myself. That's why I dove into it, went for it, because after 6 months of getting chiropractic adjustments, I got on fish oils and I eliminated all dairy. Within 6 months, my sinuses cleared up and I could breathe for once. As a matter of fact, look, I even proved it. I went back to the ear, nose, and throat doctor who went in to my sinuses with a camera and said, "Man, it looks great. I don't know what you're doing, but it looks great." I knew exactly what I was doing. And from that point forward, I've taken the proactive lead in my life because I know what it's like to not feel well for years and years and years. I know what it's like to have massive headaches all the time, not be able to breathe all the time. So, I mean, if you've got back pain and headaches and you can't digest well and you constantly feel bad, I know what you're feeling like. It's horrendous. And I know that you just want relief because trust me, I want relief. And I wanted relief so bad. And I was being reactive to get that relief because I could breathe for a day or two. I didn't have headaches for maybe 3 days. I could live my life. But then the problem came back and I just felt I was getting worse and worse. And so I made a decision that I was going to do something different. Now, many of you are sitting out there and you're going to listen to this and you're going to be in my same boat. You're not going to feel well. You're going to be on meds. You're going to be fatigued. You're going to have back pain. 23-year-old patient told me the other day after going through my chiropractic program, told me that she would have to roll out of bed, get on her knees, and get up every morning because her back hurt her so bad. Is that a great quality of life? And I asked her, "What did you do?" And everything she told me, believe it or not, was reactive. She used chiropractic and chiropractors reactively. What I mean by that is, she said she went and got chiropractic adjustments, or what we call treatments in the Amish community. And she would go once or twice, feel better, and then she'd be gone for a month. So she did enough care to just basically get out of pain reactively, and then never corrected the problem, and then would hurt again. So she saw my ad in Shipshewana, Indiana, and she's from Arthur, Illinois, an Amish patient, 23-year-old girl, came all the way from Arthur, Illinois, which is, I don't know, anywhere between 3 and 5 hours away. We showed her x-rays from top and bottom so she could see the state of her body at that moment. And that's another factor of being proactive. You don't go get blood work. You don't take x-rays. You don't do that reactively when you're hurting. You get the x-rays before you hurt so you can see baseline where your spine is. You get the blood work every 6 months to 1 year so you can see what you're doing proactively is either working or not, so you can pivot if you have to. You go for what's called thermography, and we talked to that patient about mammography, about how that's actually really discovery, not necessarily being proactive, but hey, go for thermography, which is no radiation, to discover what's going on with your breast. So she comes from Arthur, Illinois, sees her x-rays and goes, "Why didn't my other chiropractor tell me that?" I said, "Because you have been practicing reactive, and most people will practice reactively. We in our office will help you go from reactive to proactive. So we're going to take the x-rays. We're going to show you where you're at. We're going to tell you to have some blood work somewhere to show you where you're at baseline. And then we're going to reactively get you back to a stable point in your health. And then teach you proactively, do maintenance on your body. Yes, you'll come get adjustments every 2 to 4 weeks. You're going to eat right, whether you like it or not, because guess what? Your blood work's going to show it. And then once you're balanced, you can go on and off and on and off, and you can have some treats here and there. But once you start really feeling good, you'll never want to not feel good again. I listen to quite a number of people. I like to listen. I like to read. And I was listening to a Tony Robbins video the other day, and he talked about stepping up your standards. And once you get to a certain level, anywhere in your life, it doesn't just have to be money or anything like that. Even with your health, he said you'll never want to go back in your standard. And he used an example of cleaning a toilet bowl. He said, let's just say you hate cleaning toilet bowls. You hate it. I don't care, whatever, clean the toilet bowl. But let's say you hate it and you have to clean your own toilet bowl. And all of a sudden, you make enough money to hire a cleaning person, and they love to clean toilet bowls. Yeah, there are people out there who love to clean toilet bowls. And you get a person to clean a toilet bowl, you're never going to want to go back to cleaning your own toilet bowl, so you step up your standard. Same thing with your health. When you go from not feeling well to feeling well, and then seeing the objective data in your x-rays in our office, before and after, in your blood work, and you go and you see what's changed, and you can link it to feeling, and that's why we always take before and after x-rays in my office, so we can link the feeling to the objective data. You'll never want to change that. You'll never want to change that. Why would you ever want to change that? You never want to change that, right? You know, you feel good because your objective data shows it. Now is the time you go proactive. Listen, how many times have we heard of the guy or the girl who says, I feel great, feels great, and next thing you know, he's on the basketball court, drops dead. And then they open that body up and they say, man, 3 out of the 4 arteries were clogged. It was just a matter of time, but the guy kept going, no, I feel good. The woman kept going, no, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, I feel good. So feeling good is very reactive. Feeling good is reactive. Feeling good and showing your body through objective test that you're healthy is proactive. And so today's topic, we talked about feeling good. We talked about proactive versus reactive health, because reactive healthcare is the healthcare we live in. Now, #1 in the world as far as emergency medicine. If you've been reactive your whole life and you've had the heart attack, you've had the stroke, you've had the major debilitating something, trauma, you go to the emergency room in the United States of America. We're #1 as far as reactive care, emergency services. But the average American right now is on 19 different medications. 19 different medications the average American is on right now. 19. I just looked that data up about 3 weeks ago because I was telling the story it was 13. And in the last couple of years, it jumped up to 19 different medications, all to be reactive, and you think you're being proactive. You'll ask a person, hey, what's going on with your blood pressure? Oh, I have high blood pressure. Oh, but it's being controlled with my medication. Well, hold on a second. Is that reactive or proactive? No, it's proactive. I take my medication, my blood pressure is low. Yeah, but what's causing the blood pressure to be up? That would be proactive. Let's find out why the blood pressure is up. Let's eliminate that, correct that. The blood pressure normalizes because the body will normalize this stuff called homeostasis. The body has that power. It normalizes, and then you do that activity to keep your blood pressure low, and that's being proactive. So we're ranked dead last in the world. The World Health Organization does a study every year. We're ranked 44 out of 44 industrialized countries as far as our health index, yet we spend the most amount of money in the world on healthcare. So are we being proactive, reactive? Or are we just being trained that being reactive is proactive? And that's exactly what I told that patient. I said, we're just being trained in our minds that doing the colonoscopy or doing a mammogram is completely proactive, when really it's reactive, because whatever you find out, then you're going to react to that. And I'm here trying to teach, let's be proactive, because from my standpoint, with my poor health as I was growing up, I knew what it was like to have poor health. And once I discovered the cause and correct the cause, and that might mean you have to give something up you love. You might have to give up sugar. You might have to give up sugar. And if you gave up sugar and you love the cookies and you love the cakes and you gave up sugar, but your blood pressure normalized, your heart valves opened up, the atherosclerosis that was going to cause a heart attack minimized, and your body started to clear it up, wouldn't it be worth it? Wouldn't it be worth it? Now, what if you gave up the processed sugar and your processed cookies, but you joined a whole world that we can introduce you to and will introduce you to? What if you joined a whole world that introduced you to organic cookies made very healthfully with stevia that was healthy for you. It can actually balance blood sugar, and they were real tasty. Now, all of a sudden, you've opened up into a new world, and I'm just going to tell you, in today's day and age, you can go on Facebook and you can look at all of the groups that are doing it. It's easier now than ever. A decade ago, 15 years ago, it was tough when my wife and I were and it was tough years and years and years before that, but it's so easy now, so easy to find out, how to get healthy naturally now. There's video podcasts, there's blogs, there's books. You can find out how to get healthy. Go on Facebook and join groups. We're going to teach you how to do it. And so today's video podcast is all about being proactive versus reactive. And I'm on this mission here because I flipped through my Facebook channel yesterday. And man, I was so upset to see this. It just got me. Was a woman who was telling her husband that she loved him because he had passed away a year ago and left 4 small kids and her. And man, I saw that picture and I was so, I was so taken by that. I don't want people to have to experience that. There's no reason you should have to experience that. Now, when God calls you, he calls you. Yet, you can do many things proactively instead of being reactive. And that's what today's video podcast is about. So this is Dr. Jeff from Legacy Chiropractic in Shipshewana, your Northeast Indiana chiropractor. Excited to bring you episode 3 of Health Matters, proactive versus reactive. How you answer that question determines your life. Keep watching our podcast. Check out our Facebook /Dr. Jeff Garofalo, DrJeffGarofalo, all one word. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram at Dr. Jeff Garofalo. Instagram, same thing, Dr. Jeff Garofalo. I'm bringing you tons of information. You can head to our website, www.bestchiropractorindiana.com. Get on our free health newsletter. This video podcast is for all of those who want to make a change and want to make a difference. It is not for those who are happy where they're at. They want to eat junk. They want to stay reactive. If you want to be proactive, you'll like this. If you want to be reactive, probably not for you. This is Dr. Jeff saying have a great day.